Ten cancer-causing foods you should never put in your mouth again. Is it possible that the food we consider nutritious and healthy is in fact full of cancer-causing ingredients? With cancer rates constantly on the rise and approximately 1.5 million new cases diagnosed with some type of cancer each year, it's high time we reconsidered what our diet consists of. These 10 foods that are commonly found on our dining tables are believed to contain possible carcinogens. 1. Microwave popcorn. Apart from being quite convenient to use, microwave popcorn have no other benefits. For one thing, conventional microwave popcorn bags are lined with a chemical called perfluorooctanoic acid, PFOA, a toxin also found in Teflon and linked to infertility in women according to a recent study at the University of California. Exposure to PFOA can also significantly increase the risk of kidney, bladder, liver, pancreas and testicular cancers. As for the contents, most manufacturers use soybean oil, a GMO product, along with other preservatives such as propylgolate, a chemical that triggers stomach problems and skin rashes. Last, but not least, the corn used is also an issue for discussion. Even though manufacturers don't actually say the corn is GMO, because there's no law that obliges them to, they almost certainly don't use organic corn. 2. Soda pop. According to a study published in the American Journal of Nutrition, people who consumed more than one soda a day were at a higher risk of suffering a stroke compared to those who didn't drink sodas. For one thing, soda drinks are abundant in sugar that not only leads to weight gain, but also accounts for the nationwide epidemic of obesity. Ingesting high amounts of this easily absorbed sugar causes blood sugar to spike, which in turn triggers both inflammation and insulin resistance. Soda consumption is also a risk factor for a number of gastrointestinal disorders, including acid reflux and stomach ulcers. Moreover, sodas contain artificial colorings and food chemicals such as derivative 4-methylimidazole, 4-MI, which are potential carcinogens. 3. Canned tomatoes. When it comes to canned food, the real problem lies in what the can is lined with, as the linings of almost all canned foods are made with a chemical called bisphenol A, or BA. According to a study published in May of 2013 by the Proceeding of the National Academy of Sciences, BA can in fact interfere with how genes work inside the brain of rats. The FDA also confirms that BA is a problem and should be either replaced or at least minimized in canned foods. Owing to their high acidity, which causes BA to leach from the lining of the can into the tomatoes themselves, canned tomatoes are particularly dangerous. Since the FDA doesn't enact any laws for labeling BA, its levels in can lining can be dangerously high. Protect yourself and your family by cooking fresh tomatoes or buying glass bottles. 4. Processed meats. Processed meats include, but are not limited to, sausages, hot dogs, bacon, most lunch meats like bologna or pimento loaf. According to an article published in the Journal of BMC Medicine, excessive salts and chemicals used during the production of processed meats pose a serious health threat. For one thing, processed meats contain high levels of chemicals and preservatives, including sodium nitrates, which improve their taste, but are well-known carcinogens. Smoked meats are particularly unhealthy as the meat absorbs tar during the smoking process. 5. Farmed salmon. Fish may be promoted as one of the healthiest foods there is, but this doesn't include farmed salmon. Farm-bred fish is fed on a diet abundant in chemicals, antibiotics, pesticides, and other known carcinogens. In fact, it's chemicals that account for the reddish-pink color of salmon meat. Plus, these fish live in completely unnatural and crowded conditions, which contribute to the fact that they have 30 times more sea lice than wild salmon. Moreover, owing to their diet, they have less of the healthy omega-3 fatty acids. And the health risks of farmed salmon don't stop here. Actually, A number of studies confirm that farm-bred salmon has high amounts of PCBs, mercury, and cancer-causing dioxins. Unfortunately, over 60% of the salmon consumed in the USA is farm-raised. One thing you can do to protect your health is avoid farmed salmon. Make sure to look for labels on the packaging confirming that the fish you are buying is wild sockeye salmon. Tinned salmon is also an option if you can't obtain a fresh one. 6. Potato chips. These quick crispy snacks may be really convenient and great tasting, but they are also abounding in harmful effects upon your health. First of all, potato chips are high in both fat and calories, which stimulate weight gain. According to a study published in the New England Journal of Medicine, eating just 1 ounce of potato chips a day causes an average 2-pound weight gain in 1 year. Secondly, they are abundant in trans fats, which increase cholesterol levels in most people, as well as sodium, which raises blood pressure levels. Next, potato chips are fried in high temperatures to make them crispy, but this also causes them to produce acrylamide, a known carcinogen also found in cigarettes. Last, but not least, potato chips are packed with artificial flavors, various preservatives and colors, all of which have an adverse effect on digestion. 7. Processed white flours. Although most of you are probably familiar that white flour is best avoided, not many know what it actually does to the body. When grains undergo the process of refining grains, their natural nutrients are destroyed. Plus, mills use a chemical called chlorine gas to bleach flour with. According to the EPA, chlorine gas is a dangerous irritant which is harmful to inhale and can be lethal in large quantities. Moreover, white refined flour has a very high glycemic rate which spikes blood sugar and insulin levels instantly, thus leading to diabetes. It is even believed to feed cancer cells directly, thus stimulating cancer development. Unfortunately, many processed foods contain white flour. 8. GMOs. Foods that have been genetically modified or grown with chemicals are defined as GMOs or genetically modified organisms. A study conducted by Dr. Pistay at the Rowett Institute in Scotland investigated the health changes in lab rats fed on GMO foods, especially potatoes. The results were astonishing as all the rats showed damaged immune systems, precancerous cell growths, along with smaller brains and livers, in the very first 10 days of the project. As GMO foods have been approved by the FDA, most American consumers believe that they must be safe for consumption. However, not many know that the FDA doesn't have any testing procedures for GMO foods. Moreover, GMOs do not have to be listed on food labels. As almost all grains, including soybeans, wheat, and corn, have been grown via GMOs, make sure to read carefully and look for labels that state the food is GMO-free. 9. Refined sugars. Processed sugars don't only interfere with your insulin levels, but they also feed cancer cells directly, thus stimulating cancer development. It's a long-known fact that sugar is the basic food for cancer. It was in 1931 that the German Nobel laureate in medicine, Otto Warburg, first discovered that tumors and cancers thrive on sugars. In order to grow and spread, cancer cells depend on sweeteners high in fructose such as high fructose corn syrup, HFCS, because they can easily metabolize it. And high fructose corn syrup is found in abundance in cakes, pies, cookies, sodas, juices, sauces, cereals, and many other extremely popular products. 10. Artificial sweeteners. Artificial sweeteners are used by many to either lose weight or because they are diabetic and must avoid sugar. However, there's mounting evidence that regular consumption of artificial sweeteners, sodas or coffee sweeteners for instance, can lead to considerably weight gain. Plus, diabetics benefit in no way whatsoever. Moreover, artificial sweeteners even worsen blood sugar control including diabetes-related disease such as cataracts and gastroparesis. Aspartame has even been found to cause convulsions, and some people mistake this for an insulin reaction. In addition, artificial sweeteners interfere with your body's natural ability to control its daily calorie intake and intensify sugar cravings even more. Last, but not least, there is growing evidence that the chemicals these sweeteners contain break down in the body into a deadly toxin called DKP. When this chemical is digested into your stomach, it produces cancer-causing chemicals, particularly those that trigger brain tumors. If you like the video and you think it can help you, I invite you to give it a like, share the video with your friends and subscribe to my channel, so you don't miss any videos. Here you have other videos that may interest you.